There's I don't. It irritates me. Irritates my soul. Oh my god. Okay, no. Let me just tell you something. Okay. Tell you something. Ah. Ugh. Anyways, see, that's what I was thinking. I was trying to, y'all. I know there's got to be a way. Anywho, I went on and made sure that my camera in my computer is set up where it doesn't do the flippy flip thing. When I look this way, y'all, like it should be, but it's going the opposite direction. And it freaks me. I don't know why. It brings me out. My brain's like, anywho's. I don't know. You know, this is what happens when you stop doing face to face and lives for a year. You forget everything. Let me tell you. Okay. Anyways, so I am doing coffee and tarot live, whether anybody shows up or not. Because again, I'm gonna do some pre-recorded ones, but just so I don't have to upload shit. Okay. Okay. All right. I didn't get much of anything. I will tell you, I felt like a heat wave come over me, like a, when you get flushed. That's what it felt like kind of thing. Quick went away, and I'm like, I don't know where that came from. I was sitting down here at the table, or desk, or whatever you want to call it. So for that reason, I am like, oh, it probably has something to do with this. So go ahead, grab your coffee, your matcha, your lemon water, whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. Settle in, because the premise behind coffee and tarot is spirit gets to determine, what we're going to be talking about. So we don't come into this with any kind of preconceived notions, any parameters, any particular questions, time frames, anything. It's spirit's turn. So sometimes we have lengthy conversations, right? So we settle in, we cozy up, and thank you. Yeah. So it's been hectic. Can I just say that weather and the junk here where I live has been redonkulous, and there have been subsequent issues and everything else. I just am I need out. I need to travel. I need to get away from here, because they're calling for more. They're like, all of June is going to be shitty, and we've already lost a lot of lives in the state that I live. In fact, our state is front and center with the amount of shit that's been happening. Anyways, so all right. Oh, I just got the flood. When I tell you, let me be perfectly clear. For those who might be asking, I do not have hot flashes ever. So that's not what it is. I know some of y'all out there be like, you're old enough. I don't have hot flashes. Okay, this is getting flushed. They're showing me somebody doing something, and you know how when somebody's blood pressure increases, they turn red, their ears will turn red or their face turns red. And they're also showing me somebody exercising that it's an involuntary reaction. So maybe that's what they're trying to show me, is an involuntary reaction. Somebody's getting flushed. But anytime I use the word flush, what I'm thinking of is like when someone can Rico Suave really good. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean? It's kind of thing. So that's what I like. So I don't know why they're using the word flushed. Anywho's, so before we get started, friendly reminder, you're a sovereign being of your life. You can determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. So my recommendation to you is not the Cinderella shit to make it fit. Okay? Okay. Fantastic. I've got my coffee. Let's dig in. Put this down. Okay, so I don't know. Might just be for somebody. I don't know. They're showing me somebody sitting outside. Okay, where I live, it's humid. You can cut the air with a knife. It's so humid. And so it's kind of like I don't know why I'm getting the sense of somebody sitting outside and it's like wearing the air. I don't know how to explain it. Like somebody's under the sun. It's really hot. Like the air is thick. The air is thick. So that might be somebody doing that right now when you're watching this. So that might be something for you, or this is like your area. Like it would pop off, I would assume. Thank you. Okay, so they want me to use this one. Uh, but they keep bringing me to the feeling of like I could just peel the air off of me, like it's something sticking to you. All right, let's dig in. Dig in. Hey, Trisha. Alrighty. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So, okay, something's happening in the warmer months. Thank you. I guess it was all like and in fact, I don't know why I feel like the heat. They just oh swear to God. First off, I was gonna say the heat feels long lasting. So maybe either somebody's traveling somewhere where the heat is gonna stay long lasting, or you live in a state where it's very long lasting, like or it's gonna be long lasting. I don't know why I feel like the whole time when it's really hot, or you're going somewhere where it's really hot, like the heat is a little bit different than what you're used to. Um, because look at this. Seven Pentacles is the fucking Sahara Desert there. Like look at this. Uh That reminds me of like Arizona and Nevada and certain places of Utah and things like that. Like look at how hot that is. It's hot. And then we got the little the rose out of nowhere popping off. Like I don't know why I feel like hot months are gonna be something for somebody. Like something is popping off. I want to say breaking ground, and they keep saying popping off. So during the hot months. Okay, so it's all adding up. At least it's all like consistent. They're being consistent with it. This came out first. Four of Swords. Okay, so you very well may be traveling. You very well may be it's maybe like an off season for you, or like what would be obviously summer is considered like vacation for kids and stuff like that. You could be on a beach somewhere. I fuck. There is something about enjoying the hot weather though, like making the most of that time. Because I feel 3 months. I feel like they're like it's gonna be hot the whole time. And there's something about the hot season and like from book end to book end is what they're giving me. Book end to book end. Ah, thank you, Trisha. All right. Book end to book end. So like something fills up the entire. They're talking about that time frame. I'm going to go with a 3 month time frame. They're talking about a 3 month time frame when it's hot. Things are gonna be popping off. The Four of Swords is like the vacation, the trip, the pause, the getting away, the recuperation period. I'm not saying you're traveling the entire time, but there is something with that. You're gonna be busy. Somebody's gonna be busy. Got the Five of Wands. This is a bit chaotic energy. A lot of things pulling at you. A lot of things happening at once. Okay, okay, okay. The thing that's gonna pop up is a major change. That's a major change. This is the Knight of Swords. Stark contrast. You're not really clear on what it is. The sword is pointing down. We have spirit over here guiding you. You're not clear on this just yet. We do have ticking time bomb. We have dynamite down here with like the little counter, like something's counting down, something's gonna pop off. That's why they call it pop off. Something's gonna pop off. You're gonna be really busy, so you're not really gonna know when. Um, I feel as if it's like the whole hot season is about you and you doing you. So this is like a glow up kind of feel to me, honestly. But it's not necessarily talking about your looks, even though that tends to happen when the energies around you, your environment, you internally, when things like that change, it shows externally, right? But I feel like it's all about you. They said, does it please you? So it's kind of like that's the question as you're moving through this season. There's a lot happening, a lot that you're doing, a lot of things that you desire to do. It's going to be a bit chaotic, but it's also going to be fun. The fact that we have the Four of Swords, which is like this restoration type of energy with just all kinds of activity. Um, so somebody's about to have a very, and again, it's not all like I am traveling 24/7 and I'm spending all kinds of money, but like from bookend to bookend, it's going to be filled with a lot of shit that you're really liking and enjoying. Um, and in the midst of that, at some point, something's going to pop off. You're not clear on it just yet. Again, this could be like I feel some shit, but I don't know. Girl. Hey. Okay. I'd like to, but I wanted, it's like I wanted to get to Arizona before hell opened up, but that didn't work. Hanged man. There's a pause on reality. So they're showing me the hanged man. Look, he's got coins just dripping out of his pocket, and he's unbothered. Like this is like I'm doing me. I'm gonna like. There's a pause on your regularly scheduled programming is what they said. There's a change. Something about the bookend to bookend season is changing your approach to shit. I think that's the reason why they want like a long period of time. Yes, something pops off, but there's this idea of this prolonged enjoyment, prolonged making decisions for me, prolonged indulgence in things that I like and desire, and kind of like, ooh, yummy, 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 yummy. I almost get like Knight of Wands off of the Five of Wands right now. Like so many shiny things. It's just like you're indulging in so much. Your attention's being brought to so many different things. It's restorative. It's regenerative. It feels good. It's not your regularly scheduled programming, and it's something happens by the end of it. So it's meant to be stretched out. They're showing me like saltwater taffy getting stretched out. Like this indulgent do what the fuck I want. Does it please me? If it doesn't, then I'm not doing it. Like it, a very egocentric uh phase, and it's meant to kind of like take up space. Um but to me the idea of money kind of just falling out the pockets and things like that, like I want to say the money resources are not an issue with this, with whatever is happening and whatever you're doing. Um, it also takes, okay, so they're like, it takes your mind off of that being some kind of primary focus. You're gonna have a lot of fun. Fun is your fucking focus. Get it? Get it? The hangman is changing your perspective, changing your lens. Money is not the main focus, but enjoyment, connection, having fun, getting out there, networking like, the whole season. That's the focus for right now. But again, I keep getting the feeling like sorry, they keep saying a word with this one, and I'm like, this is distracting me. Um, money is of no object, and that I feel is going to feel a little bit weird for somebody in this moment as I'm speaking, because you're like, "Ah, money is an object. Uh, it's of concern. I don't know why I feel like something a resource comes in, and get this, because I feel like a part of me feels like I should be concerned, right? Like a part of me wants to be like, okay, like I only have this much. It'll last me this long. It'll, and it's like when it shows up, it's of no concern. You do not waste your time when you have the financial freedom worrying about securing financial freedom. And it's the right choice. I don't know what happens. Again, there's some kind of thing that just switches. I think that's the thing that pops off is your ability to create abundance or constant flow. We'll see because they haven't said that yet, but I'm like, and like I don't know what happens where you're like, I think you've been so deprived potentially. Like this is what I would think. Like I've been so deprived. I promise you, I'm gonna do me because fuck this shit. I haven't been able to do me for quite some time. It's of no consequence. And then we have the Page of Swords, and they're giving me like information. They kept saying information, and I'm like coming into some kind of knowledge. I'm curious about that one. A new truth. It's like a new truth that you are just embarking because the page is kind of, I'm just a baby. You know what I mean? Like I'm just coming into this understanding. I'm just coming into this whatever. Let's find out. Okay. Right? Claim it, Trisha. Claim it. Okay, hold on. Okay. We're going to I want to okay, hold on. Fuck. I am focused on I feel like we got a lot of details with the Seven of Pentacles with like the obviously something very fruitful, beautiful blossoms in a very dry period. So the idea of it being very dry, see, I'm suddenly cool all of a sudden. A hot flash. It wasn't a hot flash. Um, that flustered. It's gone. I feel like there's no qualm, no inquiry as to what this is when we're talking about Four of Swords with the Five of Wands. Like it's just sometimes being busy, especially if you've not been busy and you've been bored and you've been like without, like this will feel regenerative. This feels good. So sometimes being busy feels really fucking good. It's the right kind of busy, they just said. That's the thing. It's not the up here kind of busy. It is the desires, the passions, the indulgences. Oh, yeah. It's the right kind of busy. I have questions about the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords. Because the Knight of Swords, something popping off, something being like, again, the sword is down, an awareness, like being seen clearly, something that's not right now. Although I do think that you feel it. And the fact that he has victory and no rules etched in his skin, like I feel like that's okay. So bookend to bookend, I said money's of no consequence. I feel like the normal rules that you would live by, or if you were smart, because we have this big thing in society right now where it's like, well, if you had planned ahead appropriately, then this wouldn't be happening. And if you were just this magnificently smart individual, you wouldn't be in poverty and on some dumb entitled bullshit assholes out there. Like literally. Okay? Fuck the rules, you're going to be listening to spirit. Spirit's guiding you. You might not be able to see clearly. You probably don't have an answer for 4 months down the road, but right fucking now, bitch, that's what it feels like. And something is just waiting to pop off. It's waiting to pop off. Okay. I want to, Empress, your abundance. This is the energy of Ariana Grande. I want it, I got it. Like this tumbling of energy that balls up and acts as momentum. Most certainly, and again, it is the birth fertility and birth card, but I feel like it's abundance. It's also a state of being and existence. Like it's about the person being abundant. They said through and through. I don't know why. I like it. Queen of Wands. I told you, it's like I want it, I got it. Like Queen of Wands doesn't have to like there's just something like I feel like this ball of energy that you create, that you surround, that is you, that's what comes through. That's what's been waiting to be birthed. I feel like this is something that you're very much capable of. Um, both attracting and then that a glow up. It's like I feel like I'm sitting in the energy of something. I'm creating it, it's churning, and in its own churn. So they're showing me a water wheel, like that, like those water wheels where there's like a fuck me, like a creek, where like it churns and it creates electricity. Like it's its own thing, and it keeps moving just because the water keeps dumping in. Like it's a self-sustaining source. You know what I mean? I just feel like okay, here's one. I've got it. We're going Marvel here. What's his name? Wakanda. Fuck. What is his name? Shit. The uh T'Challa, whatever his name is. He has a suit. He has a suit, right? And it's like every time it takes a hit, or every time it absorbs all the energy around it, and creates its own sense of force. I don't know. I just feel like I'm absorbed. Like you're sitting in something. This whole summer, you doing you choosing you putting you first, you being egocentric is adding fuel to this, so that you can be birthed as the Empress, so that you can pop off as the Queen of Wands and the Empress. I think what pops off is ease. It's necessary to be in this egocentric energy. Because I feel like who the fuck is going to? I feel like it's self worship. I just heard fine, like Marvel again. Fine, I'll do it myself. Like, which gives me the self regeneration. Like, is this? I'm gonna generate and I'm gonna keep going. And it's like the ball of energy gets more and more. The more you focus on you, the more you indulge in your wants and desires, the more you fill your time up with this, the more that you indulge in that type of activity and approach to life, where there's the rules of like that being bad, and they said no rules, victory. it says no future. Like you're not, it puts you in the present. I don't, whatever it is, it creates and you birth a new you. And something about you, it's like you pop off. You are what's popping off in the midst of all of this. Um, you pop off. I feel like you no longer live by, and we have seen the deconstruction happening in society, especially with the way that the governments are going, with fashion. I'm not allowed to say that word on the TV, but you know what I'm saying? The F word. With it popping off in so many spaces. And it's like, it's the quintessential witch hunt, right? The energy of you put enough pressure on something and a motherfucking diamond is going to form. And I think just enough has happened that you're like, fuck it. Playing in this fucking matrix has not served me at all. So the rule book is out the window. The all the things that would take you out of your own energy, your own power, and like you're not expecting something external to you. And for some of you, it may be nobody's coming to save you. Like maybe you thought spirit would send, and there's just something that it's like, fine, I'll do it myself. And it's like you just pop off. You change the way, and something happens over the course of the time where you realize you're not being egocentric. Because in order for life to love you, you've got to love you. And you've not been loving you. So this is the summer of worshiping the self. And just a friendly reminder, to worship means to honor, revere, and love. That is what worship is. You should have been fucking doing that all along. You have been so concerned with everything going on around you and meeting some external standard or energy in order to be, and even looking to, I just feel like I'm looking to spirit, like looking for somebody's blessing, like I'm doing it right. And it's like, no, it's turning it in on the self. Yeah. So it's kind of like your perspective on ever being concerned, I feel like. I just feel like I'm not going to listen ever again to anybody else on how I should approach anything. You stepped out of your power for far too fucking long. Way too long. Uh and therefore as a result, I feel like you didn't have fun, you didn't have joy, you didn't have connection, you didn't have, it's like if you want life to love you, you have to love you. And you have to do more than just say that you love yourself. Um I want to know about the page of swords. Wow. Page of cups. You're gonna love yourself out of this energy. We have the page of cups with the nine of swords. You've been afraid to do the things. They want me to retract the word afraid. I feel as if I want to maybe use, there's been some depression, but I feel like you've been so mentally entrapped, mentally imprisoned that you couldn't love the self. Something about convincing yourself that there's so many external things to worry about that you couldn't direct anything towards yourself. And when the more you focused on things external to you, the more you gave credence and care to external responses. I feel like you were once in this energy and something happened. because you're starting your love journey by loving yourself. And in the Nine of Swords, I feel like there was this energy of unrecognized self-loathing to a certain degree, because you were saying it, but you weren't experiencing it. Again, the warm months, you're going to be feeling very the whole time in the moment. You're telling me you felt so separate. So we have the Three of Swords. There may have been certain events that made you feel beside yourself, is what they're saying, like took you out of the self, like you weren't well rooted into your own body. Like there's this level of detachment or disassociation with reality in order to survive. That's changing. We have the Six of Cups, where is the resurgence of love, enjoyment, pleasure, um, seeing beauty again. And the fact that we have the Page of Cups with the Nine of Swords, and then we have the Three of Swords with the Six of Cups. This is loving yourself back into the Queen of Wands and the Empress. It's about your experience. We do have the Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. When that is your focus, you attain the Ten of Cups. And I always tell you all, the Ten of Cups is not just internal self-fulfillment, love, and joy, but it is the reciprocation, as within, so without. So this is something beyond just the self. So you've been waiting for something external to you to love you, for your environment to love you back. But the truth is, this entire time, you've put yourself on pause and you've not been loving yourself. And they're like, the only way to get life to love you back again is for you to love you. And I think with the Nine of Swords, you were really convinced that you couldn't do some of the things you wanted to do to love yourself because of these worries, concerns, potentialities, uncertainties, blah, 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 blah. And some of it may have been real, but I think that it paralyzed you from doing any of it. And they said recognizing the moments when you could. So it really took you out of your power. What pops off this summer is going to be the rebirth of you and the rebirth of, I feel like, I know this sounds shallow, your attractiveness, but this is like the energy that you emanate, because the Queen of Wands attracts. And I think you've been chasing something. And so when they always talk like it's within you, like this is what they mean. You have to do this first in order for anything external to you to come in. And that's why you see people who are in destitute positions receive and not be able to do something with it. And I get it. We've all been there, right? And it seems fleeting then. That's why it kept slipping through your hands. So you're becoming the Queen of Wands and the Empress. That is, you're harnessing your power back. But you come into this, oh, that's the knowing of what's been missing, what's been holding you back. It's like stepping back into, I think even like how, and it's like this is the reminder. Like once you get on the other side of this, you're like, you realize what you've been doing. You realize the moments that were fleeting that you couldn't notice before, that you could have grasped onto. It's like there were all these opportunities and you couldn't figure out how because of, again, the Nine of Swords. And I just feel like it's a remembrance of you. This is the information. It is almost like it's, when you can't unknow something, that's what it is. When you get to the end of this, you're not going to forget again. I feel like this is like You're giving me like this is the second time you've had to dig your way out. It could be more, but I think you've been here before and you are digging yourself back out and you will never forget again. Like you will never let yourself get to this place again. That's the more major arcana permanent stance and understanding of the hanged man. Like never again. We're going to use New Era Elements. Sorry, I got distracted by the cards. We have the Magician with the Six of Wands. You're going to see, feel, and experience and embody success at manifesting exactly what you want, at creating your reality, at drawing it. They said drawing it to you. You won't ever forget it again. You will not go back to that again. This is like, it's almost like you went through this and you're going through it, like you've done it before and you had to go back to the bottom and redo it again. That was your opportunity to walk the talk. We talk about this all the time. That was you embodying this. That was you recoding and changing it. There was an awareness before. This time you encoded it at a deep mitochondrial level. There's no going back to those old ways. You will not find yourself dethroning yourself ever fucking again. Nor will you ever allow any external circumstance or situation to dethrone you and convince you somehow that focusing on you, loving you, is not the answer. Knight of Cups. You being in that energy pulls in. I can't help it. It's like, oh, son of a biscuit. It's like your environment loving you back, people loving you back, your career path loving you back. Like I just feel as if it's like when you love you, these other cups come in. Okay. We have the Seven of Pentacles again. So I feel as if you get on the other side of the bookend, right? We're using the hot months of, because the Seven of Pentacles is how we started. During this hot time, something happens. And it's a prolonged period. It's not an instance. It's not a one instance. It's saltwater taffy. It's stretched over this amount of time. And it's a lot. Five of Wands, lots happening. Seven of Pentacles talks about the amount of time something might have taken. Like when you plant your garden and you put in the seeds, you have felt like a failure as of recent. I feel like saying the last year you felt like a failure because you got to the point where you recognized I was in this at one point, the Queen of Wands and the Empress. I was there, and it made you feel like, but that the first time around was the seeds being planted, right? And it's like something sticks. You know, the idea of seeds being planted is sometimes shit don't grow. I don't care what you do. It just, the weather, the ground. I don't care how much tilling and preparation and loving. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen when it's gonna happen when it decides to happen. The seed packet said 5 weeks. Well, bitch, we're on week 7, and it's not going to pop up until 9 weeks. It's one of those things where it was like, so it felt like you failed, but there might also be something with 7, like 7 years. We do talk about like there is a thing of like 7-year cycles, and that was the seed planting and letting things germinate. The roots have to set in order for something to be permanent. And that might be what was happening. You felt like a failure, you were not. Things are blossoming. I get the sense that I'm going to that okay, they keep putting me in the energy, so I'm saying I'm because I'm feeling they're showing me the 5 of Wands like this, and it's like being wrapped up in the experience and loving it. Even though I'm exhausted, like I feel like, and it's kind of like it just evolves into I don't feel one particular moment, even though there okay, Knight of Swords is the pivot. It's the 180. It's the trajectory change. I don't know why I like the idea of this it isn't your traditional tower moment. They don't want it to be one moment. They want it to be a series of events that just make it rock solid and solidify, right? Again, timing. I mean, just everything opens up. Life loves you back and everything opens up, and you just that might be the realization, the information, the understanding is that things are forever changed. It's like evolving to this place of I get it. I'm not going back because that's the sense of the world. And I think that the reason why they don't want one event also is one, you need to understand this is your new norm. Two, you are re embodying and giving birth, right? I know some people start contractions and give birth in an hour. Some of us are not that lucky, okay? Some of us in agonizing, okay? The birthing process takes time, right? They want this to be understood as a permanent state. They want this to I lost it. Give me the word back. There's something about it not they don't want the shock value of it. Because if it happened in one instance, you might question it. But when it's prolonged, you know, oh, things have changed. There's just something about not wanting that shock value of one event, boom, everything suddenly. It's like, no, we're going to, I understand it. I don't know if you understand it. That's what you do. Again, Page of Swords. Page of Swords. We have, and then the understanding is that by the end of this, what you're coming into, the information, the knowledge, the understanding is also that disappointment is over. We have the 5 of Cups. This drought, it's in reverse. So that's coming out with the Page of Swords. We also have, I also get the feeling that you don't have to endure this anymore. The burden is done. Strength is like endurance, resilience, sustaining through something, through the oppression of something. And that is That's no longer. Knight of Pentacles is security, stability, sustainability, integrity, truthfulness, transparency. It's a sustained energy. So the process of which this happens over these very warm months is intentional. I think that they see it as everything pivoted on a dime, but the way in which you will experience it is going to be a prolonged integration. It's like erasing all the old memories. And we're talking at a cellular level. We're not saying that you can't recall stuff. We're just saying your body will not be able to pull up. It's like filling yourself, anytime you remove something, you need to fill it in with something, right? The idea of you've purged all these energies, now you need to put all the good memories in, right? And so that's the reason why. There's a method to what they're doing and why they're doing it. And by the end, which is what's over here, Page of Swords, you're going to know beyond a shadow of a fucking doubt, shit has changed. You're never going back. Like, you're going to know. So, okay, cool beans. I just want to know shit, like when shit's happening, like y'all got to share. So, okay. Alrighty. Well, fuck yeah. That's it. That's the conversation. That's the tarot reading. So I hope it finds everybody it's meant to find. Like I feel like saying maybe make sure you're documenting the warm months so you can see the progression yourself, even if you don't share it with somebody else. I get it. You can either do it by writing and the pictures and I feel like you're gonna see. You're gonna see it. They're also with the glow up. There's this aging backwards, like, and that's probably because your vitality will be back. Again, you're worshiping yourself, like you're treating yourself as the goddess that you are, like. But you know how like when trauma happens, your body will wear it. Well, as this stuff is being pulled from your cells, I call it like a purge, right? A detox. And the good shit, the good energy, the positivity, the love, that self-love is filling it up. Your appearance, everything's going to look, you're going to look different. You're going to naturally, and I'm going to tell you this, people who go into depression, y'all fucking know this. Even people who, y'all seen this, who had active addiction, they would look like they were 80-year-old, whatever, out of addiction, in a more positive state. They ages decades younger. So there's a sense of by the end of summer, you will have a youthful, vital glow. So they're giving me aging backwards, which is good. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. I will be recording another one today to upload because I'll have time now. Anywho, but if you're gonna record some stuff, I mean, there's nothing wrong with sharing as you're going through it. Just saying. So, all right, guys. I hope you have a fantastic, wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves. I'll see you later.